What's up, squad?
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
everybody.
All good.
We missing somebody.
Yes,
We
we
are
are.
missing somebody.
Oh,
Okay, Pastor Rick is under the weather, so he won't be joining us tonight. But I got the two of you, and we still got our special guest coming back from last week. So we all good. We all
yes.
good.
Yes,
How's
yes.
everybody doing? How was everybody's week?
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna be all right.
We're gonna be. I know, right, Kendrick? Lamar. We're going. Okay, I'm not even gonna go there. Okay, so Pastor, how was your week?
My week was good, man. It was extremely busy.
Busy doing what? What were
Oh
you
my
doing?
God.
What were you
Saving the
doing?
world one
Right.
soul at a time.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
pretty busy. All right, Janine, how was your week?
Well, I don't celebrate Halloween, but what I do is get up the next morning and go get the candy half off. So I am exceptionally happy today.
All
And
right.
we are officially in the Christmas holiday
Yeah.
season. Woo!
I know
you don't
that's right.
celebrate Halloween, but you just reap the benefits.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It's
sir. My
pumpkin
husband
carving
got up and went
time.
and got candy before he
Come
clocked
on
in
now.
this morning. Come
See,
on now.
see, see. All right, everybody.
Ah,
Well, welcome everybody to Ships. This is the Relationships Show where we chronicle the difficult and hidden world of true to life relationships. So, guys, we're gonna just jump right in with message in a bottle.
Put a
Babe.
message
Okay.
in a bottle, put a message in a bottle, put a message in a bottle, baby. Yeah.
I
I'm
never
So,
telling
knew.
so
you.
what were you? The interlude? Like what?
Yep. Yep. Because when you sign that big record deal, I'm gonna be right there. Like, because if it wasn't for me, if it wasn't for me, I went ahead and helped you out. Okay, squad, y'all ready for our letter today?
We
Let's
are
get it.
ready.
Let's read it. Okay. So again, everybody like, subscribe, and share our channel. Eventually, you're only going to be able to catch us on YouTube only on our blue board, on our Butterflies Entertainment channel, and also send your letters into Butterflies Entertainment at gmail.com or Zandra S. Wilson at yahoo.com. So here we go, dear Ship Squad. I can't believe I'm writing to you, but I don't know what else to do. I have fallen in love with my best friend, and I'm so frustrated because I don't know how he feels, and I'm too scared to say anything for fear of losing him completely. We do everything together. I hang out with him and his family. He hangs out with me and my family. We're super cool with each other's friends. We share everything. Well, almost everything. He is the first person I talk to in the morning and the last one before I go to sleep. I don't know why he hasn't said anything yet. Should I say something or should I continue to wait for feelings that may never be reciprocated? Signed, Lost in Love. Ooh, sounds familiar.
Oh,
Okay, not both of you at once now.
uh,
Okay, Janine, I'm gonna start with you.
Lord have mercy. Strumming my pain with their fingers.
Finger.
Okay. Uh, woo. Yeah, been there, done that.
What?
Got a ring,
Mm,
but
well, come on now.
yeah. Every situation is different. Um, with Gary, I really felt like everything he did, I could either put it in the friend zone or in the more zone.
Right.
So he would do something, and I would say, "Ooh, okay,
I know.
he got to be feeling me." I mean, right?
Right,
And then he
Janine.
would do something. It was friend zone,
Right.
right? The
hmm
hard part for me was God really said, "Don't say anything."
hmm
He said, "I'm dealing with him. I got you. I know. Just shut your pie hole. I'm trying to give you this wonderful dream relationship you've always wanted. You're trying to rush it. Say nothing." Now, when I told my believer friends this, and folks on fire for the Lord, not just, I just met Jesus last week.
hmm
Folks have been walking on fire for the Lord. One of them was like, "Oh, just get them drunk."
Wow.
No, yeah,
Shut
just get him
up.
drunk and tell him. And when I said no, God clearly said to me, and I'm not the one that said, God said, God said,
Yeah,
God
yeah,
said.
yeah.
I'm like, I think he said, so we're clear. I could have missed it all together. But this one, I was like, God said, don't say anything.
Mhm.
Because he told me he was working it out. Um, if God has told you don't say anything, you can't say anything, right?
Okay, right.
If he did not say that to you, well, then you ask God, what can I say? How can I say it? I mean, because
Mm.
he
Gary.
could be not even thinking about you in that way for whatever reason. Gary remembered some comment I had said a year and a half prior. And that comment, even though I was joking, that comment said to him, oh, well, even if he ever did feel anything, we're in the friend zone. Because he assumed I would never see him that way.
Right,
Right.
right. Yep.
So,
Careful what you say, y'all. Be careful with what you
right.
say.
So, I certainly believe that he that finds a wife finds a good thing. But what I
Mhm.
think we have to do, if you imagine a hunter going out in the woods, right? And he's
Mhm.
looking for prey. You have to run out into the woods, go set up the cabin, start the fire, put dinner in, get all dolled up, and then prop yourself up on a stump. So as he's walking through the woods, he can do a double take and see you, right?
Girl,
Um,
girl.
one last thing I want to say. How Gary and I got together just reinforced the fact that yes, men are the leaders. They are supposed to find us. They are just as afraid of rejection. They are just as nervous. They are just as awkward. And it all falls on them to lead it, right? To start it. So I believe it's okay to help. It's okay to help. You don't have to be aggressive and lead, but it's okay to help and let them know. Make eye contact, laugh at the jokes, whether they're funny or not, touch their arm,
Oh,
um,
I do a lot.
need
Okay.
them for something. I didn't get married till I was 39. Obviously, I
Mhm.
was on my own, paying rent and taxes, car note, all of
Mhm.
that. Did I need a man? No, I don't need no man. Did I want one? Yes, Jesus. Yes, Jesus. And so I had to show him areas in which I needed him. So
Right.
do that, sister.
Right. All
Just
right.
Good,
show him.
good advice.
Okay. Okay. All right. Dr. Collins.
Okay, let me start with this is not an easy answer.
It's not.
Not necessarily. It can be, but for most people, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
I've seen this scenario play out many different times, and if I'm going to be honest, most time the person I'm just going to tell them, and they would get there and they would look into their eyes and pour out their heart and just share all bare their soul, and it would mess the whole friendship up. I've seen it happen so often, so often.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would destroy the friendship because now if the friend's not on that level and you went so overboard with it, it creates this discomfort that makes it
Yeah.
hard for them to be comfortable around you anymore.
Yeah.
The matter of fact, the last time someone came for me to me this advice, and they were having a really good friendship. They hadn't been friends for years and years, but they were just really hanging. They was doing things together, like but
Like
strictly
couples.
platonic, strictly platonic. And they came to me and they said, "You think I should tell them I should this?" And I advised them. I say, "Because the person they're talking about, I know them very well.
Oh,
And I never
okay.
talked to them about them, but I know them
Right.
very well."
Hmm.
I said, "No, not right now. You just starting to hang. You having a good time. Develop this friendship that you have.
Hmm.
Develop it. It's you're not even that long friends. Let
Okay.
it
That's
develop.
good.
Continue that, and let's see where things go. Don't get too hasty because
Hmm.
you're feeling a little something.
Hmm.
And plus, I knew the person was very recently out of a long-term relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
ouch.
like, take that soul. And they was like, you know
Yeah.
what? I thank you so much for your advice. I truly appreciate it. Thank you. The next day, the next,
The
not,
next day.
not the next week, not next, the next day,
Oh Lord. Okay.
they
Well,
bore their soul and it ended it.
yeah.
Wait a minute. What? They didn't listen. They
They
just
went completely against everything I said.
I
And
thought
they
you was about to give me
bore
some good
their
news.
soul.
You could tell that wasn't gonna be good news.
Yeah, Chandra, you got to get your game up. Because that wasn't me trying to throw you off. But
Well,
here's my
hey.
point. Here's my advice.
Wow.
I want to help this person. Here's my advice to you.
Oh, wow.
I understand you don't want to drag on and you getting deeper and deeper and deeper, but you have no idea where they stand. There
Right.
are ways you can be more subtle and throw a little bait out there and see how they react to that bait.
Give me some examples.
For example, y'all chilling, y'all doing your thing. You're like, man, you know, boy, I believe you can make a great husband. You know, boy, if I didn't know you as good as I would, I'll make you my man. Or there are ways you can humorously
Gotcha.
put things out there in a humorous way that doesn't make it awkward.
Right.
And then, girl, you crazy, whatever. You know me and you will never make. Or what? And then you like,
Oh, okay. I know how they feel.
and you know, I'll make you my man, girl. Don't play with me like that. I'll snatch you up. You gonna do what?
Right.
You know me, you ain't gonna do nothing with your scary self. Don't we show you something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm saying there are ways you can not so aggressively and not so vulnerably. See, one thing about humor, when you learn how to utilize humor, it allows you to be brutally honest while saving face if things don't go the way you thought they would go.
Right.
Yeah.
And so my
Right.
recommendation to her would be to find a moment at a time to, in a very humorous way, play with it and see how he responds. And take note. And if his response shows you, no, he don't see you that way, accept it for what it is, and you do what you need to do for you.
Ooh, yeah.
That's good advice. That's good advice. Okay. Well, I don't need to add anything onto that. Very good advice. All right, everybody. We're going to bring back our guest
Yes.
from last week, Miss Racquel
Drum
from
roll.
backstage.
Hey, hey,
Sunshine. Sunshine.
hey, we all got to do it. Get your energy.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so awesome. Hi, beautiful squad.
I love the hair. I love the
Thank you,
hair.
darling. Oh,
Yes.
Glamorous.
Thank you so
Glamorous.
much. Well, I must admit, it's one of my, y'all, I'm the same person. I promise I'm the same person. It's just my hair. It's just my hair. I don't have multiple personalities. It's just the hair. All right?
I
We
love
love
it.
it.
I got you. Well, you were so fascinating last week. We had to bring you back to
Yes.
continue your story. We're so happy that you have agreed to come back to us. But you know what? You posted a video that got a lot of views. And it kind of, segueing into our topic or continuing our topic from last week. So if our engineer could roll that video so our audience can hear it and see
Trying
it.
to go viral.
Let's
Yeah, kind of go viral on us. Uh-oh, can we hear you?
No,
We
we're
can't
waiting
hear
on the
it.
audio.
We probably have to restart it.
Audio. Our engineer have to restart it so you can hear it. This is really good. This is from
Yeah.
this is from Pastor Ryan Holly Jr.
Ryan Holly.
Ryan Holly Jr.
You know he a pre-K with a name like that.
Right.
I know, right? Okay, I don't know if we can get. I tell you what, let's just we can go into our topic if we can't get our
The audio.
going. Let's just
Or
go.
maybe she can tell us about it.
Yes, tell us this.
You know what? I actually have it here. I wonder if I could just press play and you guys
Yeah,
can hear it
Okay.
because
press play.
Let us hear
let's
it.
see if it would
We're live. We'll just keep rolling.
you know what?
Yes.
It's because it was just so profound. So I have to kind of wait for it to start over, right? Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Let me tell you
Okay.
why it's relevant. It's because this is exactly where we're all at the moment. So it's up now.
You in this season.
Okay.
I promise
Ooh.
only. You're not just a baby
Okay,
dad.
let me just wait for it to start over. But y'all, this is exactly what we've been talking about here on the Ship Squad.
Ooh, it's gonna be
But more than
good.
that, okay,
Over you.
I prophesy marriage over
I
you.
speak over your heart and I declare that it's going to be guarded until the man or the woman of God comes. I speak over your ear gate that no words or games would enter into your ears to try to persuade you from what God has promised you. I speak over your mind that it won't get attached to people, places, and things that God didn't call you to entertain. I declare that when you go on dates with the wrong person, that your discernment would be so high, you feel uncomfortable and you leave because God is going to show you the counterfeits immediately. And no counterfeits will have access to you in this season. I prophesy marriage only. You're not just a baby daddy, baby mama, a girlfriend or a boyfriend, a late night link, someone just to kick it with when they're just bored. Sign marriage.
And it just goes on for like a couple more seconds. But y'all, I posted that video just about, I don't know, a week and a half ago on my Instagram. And
Okay.
I mean, I post stuff all the time, but this one he preached it. And I thought, let me just mix the reel. You know how you do reels on Instagram? So I remixed
Mhm.
it, and I remixed it with me, and that was that was actually a video of me on an actual date. I was on an actual date.
Oh wow.
I mean, let's just keep it real, okay? Let's just keep it. So I was but he wasn't the one that was filming, so we had done kind of like a double date anyway. And the young lady, she was holding the camera, and we were in Malibu, and I was on the beach, and I was just swirling. So what it was just me just swirling, but as I said, it was me mixing that reel. And you're why I did is because that prayer is so on point. It is so poignant to what we're talking about, not just in general, but in terms of just the philosophy of Ship Squad. And just apparently a whole bunch of people, because when I posted it, there was like, I don't know, 5-10 views. Then over the weekend it went to like 5,000. Now it's over 16,000 views.
Yes.
So in my world, I don't know about your celebrities, but in my world, that's almost going viral, right? For
Yeah,
me, it
right.
was
For me too.
because right, because I've never had a video that had so many
That's
views. But
good.
what it taught me was, yo, a lot of other people need to be watching Ship Squad because they have this. No, for real. They have the same, we all have the same desires. We all have the same
Yeah.
goals. I mean,
Yes.
you should see
Right.
how many people I had to be responding to in the comments
Oh,
saying,
wow.
this is exactly how I feel. This is exactly what I want. I receive this over my
Oh.
life in Jesus' name.
Right.
So I'm just
Right.
saying this dating thing is for real. A
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
people, there are a lot of people out there that are facing the same challenges, the same
Mm-hmm.
everything. So I'm just excited to be back here to finish this conversation.
Yes, we're excited to have you back.
Yeah.
But what we
But
want to know, Raquel, is really dealing with your dating profile. So let's start. What do you have on your dating profile that is getting all of this attention?
Just ask this. Really, is that like the first question? Oh my God.
yes.
It's an easier question. Okay, fine. Fine.
Well, I
Fine.
mean, this is part two, right? So we did some of
You're
the
right. You're
easy
right.
stuff
You're right.
last week.
You're right. So you're for those of you who missed last week, you just need to go back and check check
Come on now.
check Better Fly.
Girl, she wasn't about
Right.
to
Check
recap
Better
nothing.
Flies on YouTube. I
Right.
mean, just check us out for real. So what we're talking about is online dating. Now we talk about
Mhm.
all sorts of dating, but specifically online dating. And what she was asking, what Zanju is asking is, what's on my profile? What's on my profile? What do I advertise? What do I put out there that gets me any kind of attention in my inbox?
Right.
Now, let me just say, I am no expert. I am a normal human being like you. In fact, let me just say this. I might be pretty. I might be intelligent. I might be fabulous. I might be gifted, talented, an entrepreneur. But y'all, I did not know how to date. I
Wow.
absolutely did not know how to date. You, no, for real. You think with all this fabness I knew how to date, right? No, I did not. No, I didn't. And so
Okay.
I didn't. So let me
So
tell you.
Raquel, how were you dating before as opposed to how you're dating now?
Yeah, what does not knowing how to date look like?
Well,
Yeah.
Right.
listen, I was going to tie it back into the online profile, but since you asked me
Okay.
that, listen,
Yeah.
I would say no before. Okay, so y'all, if you remember from last week, God had me on about a 3-year healing journey.
Right.
He really
Right.
took me on that journey, and so that is what I would recommend to anyone. And I did recommend some of the amazing people that we all know, Pastor
Mm-hmm.
R.C. Blakes, that's Bishop R.C.
Yeah.
Blakes, even joining the Black Swan Relationship Academy, which I have joined in order to know how to date. But
Okay.
I love this what Bishop Blake's taught, as well as me going through my therapy, counseling, divorce
Yep.
care,
There
class
with you.
for 3.
Yeah.
Listen, literally
Yep.
did nothing but take the time to heal. And because of
Mm-hmm.
that,
Yep.
by the way, during that time, to answer your question, there was no yeses to any of the requests to go out on dates. I
Right.
really wanted to have integrity with this process. I really wanted God to do his healing work so that when I came out here, I would step out like the queen that I am now.
Come
So
Okay.
on.
when you ask what were you doing before, I was really just taking the time to heal for real. And prior to that, I was married, and prior to that, it's literally growing up in church where you see one person, you like them, and you get married. Can I get an amen?
That's what you
Can I
mean
get an
by
amen?
not knowing how to date. I got
What
you.
was what
Yeah.
was your pastor? Y'all, I mean, no shade on no pastor, because this right here is Pastor Hosea, and then we
Mhm.
have another pastor. He's in the background, Pastor Rick. But y'all know how we grew up in church. Okay, I thought you heard
You
somebody say
right.
something.
You right.
Oh yeah.
Right, right.
Mhm.
So
Do you like me? I like you. Check the box.
Yeah.
right. So I didn't think that I knew how to. In fact, I did not know how to date y'all. I really didn't, for real. But I
Yeah.
did tell y'all how I ended up doing everything was me
Right.
kneeling down on the floor praying, and God said, "I'm not going to drop a big grown man from the ceiling
Right. Out of the
over you."
ceiling.
Right?
Right.
And that is seriously, he was in the room with me. Y'all should have seen him. He was. I couldn't see. My point is that I decided to obey, and that's when I joined the Black Swan Relationship Academy, and I joined eHarmony. So I'm
Harmony.
not on any of the free dating sites. I'm not on the other ones. I don't know why the Lord said to join the most expensive, but he did.
Okay.
He said,
Okay.
but y'all, it's because I must admit, apparently the quality does somehow eHarmony. I'm not saying that these people are not spread out through the different
Right.
Date.
Right.
Right.
right dating apps. I'm just saying, as I said last week, you really have to be a crazy person to be on eHarmony to waste time because it costs that much money. Anyway,
Mhm.
so let's continue with the story on how so now that you got some background and all of that. What
Yes.
was the question again? I kind of forgot. I was talking too
We
much.
want to know about your dating profile.
Yes.
The profile,
Right.
right? The profile, right? So after I did all the crying and all that at the Black Swan Relationship Academy, because they were like, you have to go and create your profile and you have to date, I literally busted out in tears. I was bored for real. You would never think my makeup was falling. I did not care that my makeup was falling off because
Hmm.
I really kept thinking that God would just drop this man from the ceiling. I feel like I was with it. I'm not even kidding. Like, yo,
Right.
there's a video that Cheney, our coach, our head coach, she did. It's called, oh my gosh, it just slipped my mind. It's called, when I remember it, I'll tell you what it is.
Okay.
But that video was what led me to this, because we pray and we pray and we pray and we wait and we pray and we pray and we wait. And you'll
Mhm.
seriously, that's what a lot of us are doing, and we're not doing anything else. And
Right.
that's what I
Right.
like,
Raquel. Right.
seriously, that's what I was doing. Just now, oh my gosh, it was right there. Every time I think about it, it just keeps evading me. Anyway, so when she said, you have to go up and create your profile, I was like, okay, you know what I did? I spent a couple days in prayer asking the Lord to give me the words, to
Mm.
give me
Okay.
the
Okay.
words
Okay.
to put on this profile, because I really wanted to attract you attract who you are, by the way. You know that, right?
Yes,
As
you
healed
do.
as you are,
Thank you
Yep.
for saying that.
Yep.
That is so
Yep.
true.
Yep.
as healed as you are, you attract that. As broken as you are, you attract that. Note well, there's some demons out there that coming for you no matter what.
True.
Right.
Like for real. I'm not even kidding. But
Yeah.
but you really, your energy, that's what you attract. So your I spent some time in prayer, and I just asked the Lord to just help me. And what I did do was I pulled on all the teachings of Bishop R.C. Blake's,
Mhm.
all the teachings of the Black Swan Relationship Academy, all the teachings. And I said this last week, and you were wondering how did I put it together. But Pastor Creflo Dollar, understanding that Jesus
Mhm.
loves me
Grace.
is
Mhm.
huge.
It
And
is.
you're
Yeah.
what I did start my profile with is simply, this is literally how I started. It says, hi, I am Queen Raquel, because I know I had taken the time to do the healing work. I knew that when I said queen, it wasn't just a statement, it wasn't just
Right.
the new thing to say. It wasn't because that healing work was hard. It was rough. I had to go back into my childhood to dig up
Mm.
how I saw my mom deal with domestic violence,
Mhm.
thinking that she was, yo, when I tell you this thing is deep, meaning,
Mm.
you know how you grow up
Yeah.
and you probably see your mother, for instance, from my mother accepted verbal abuse, but she
Mm.
didn't tolerate physical abuse. Would you
Mhm.
believe
Mhm.
that is how I grew up, thinking that that
Mhm.
was okay?
Yeah, I hear
Verbal
you.
abuse was acceptable, but physical,
Yep.
I promise I would chop you up. I promise that. I
Put a hand
promise,
on me.
like for real.
I hear you.
And I
Yeah.
Yeah.
remember I remember at one time going and let me not say this. Somebody might just think I'm crazy, but my point is, I remember just sitting in that and thinking, "Wow, I really got this." Because I did tell my hubby that I said, I didn't really say anything about his verbal, but I said, if you did touch me, I promise I will slice you up like Dexter and be like, okay with it, like promise. But I said that to say that it's amazing how we accept some things as okay and not. And y'all,
Yeah.
I had to go all the way back and dig and deal with that. Anyway, in terms of my
Yeah.
profile,
That's
how
true.
did that link to my profile was when I put the stuff down, I knew that it came from a healed place because I was shocked how I even presented myself.
Mm-hmm.
I simply presented myself as authentic in that, hi, Raquel, I'm an extrovert. I love people. In fact, I have it right here. Y'all want me to read it for you a little bit?
Sure.
Oh
I like to
yes,
hear it. Yeah.
please.
I could read it just a tiny little bit, just a little bit for you right here. Bam! Let's see if we can go. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm sharing this in public. Let me see if it would allow me to. Let me see if we can
Okay,
go.
people, take notes.
Oh Lord, I don't know. I don't know. It just logged out. But let me see if I can get back in here. It's taking a little
Okay.
while. Maybe I'm not supposed to reveal some
Or you
secrets.
can paraphrase
Yes,
what you have up.
paraphrase is
I know,
good.
right? It's just interesting to paraphrase. Why I say that's because for real, all I did was presented my authentic self. I presented my likes. I let me tell this one I'm this one I love because I recently put it in and I put it in for a
Mhm.
reason. I have to find it for you. It's to me, it's just so beautiful. Let me
Okay.
find it. All right, right. Okay. So this is what this is what I have as my introduce yourself. It says, hi, I'm Queen Raquel. I'm passionate about living life to the fullest as we're here for only but a moment. I'm extroverted and enjoy meeting other humans. I love being a realtor, among other things, a Caribbean television hostess, a musician, and a lot more. I love the ocean, especially because I grew up in the Caribbean islands of Trinidad and Tobago. By the way, I'm working on manifesting my yacht. Yes. I'm obvious. I know, right?
I
I'm not
know
there.
that's right.
It's like
Yeah.
hint, hint. It's like hint, hint,
Yes.
hint, hint, hint. Do you come with a yacht? Hint, hint. It says, I'm obviously fun but centered. I joyfully await my classical gentleman who is really ready for his queen, his
Ooh.
wife. So it goes on to say, I'm looking forward to a classical masculine gentleman who is honest who is
Masculine.
honest with himself and who understands that. Let me read that again. I'm looking forward to a classical masculine gentleman who is honest with and understands himself. He's been there, done that, and he's taken the time to do the work of healing as we all should do. He's
Mm-hmm.
kind, he cares about people, he's trustworthy, communicates openly, and knows how to care for his woman and the other woman in his life. For instance, mom, sister,
Mom,
etc.
sisters.
Yes,
A
yes.
man that's about his business, making waves, but fun, and is ready for his queen to build, rule their kingdom with. Wow! Sorry, I'm done. Right. Let me just
Yeah.
come back to the show. I need to come back to the show. Right. So I'm here. I'm here. Okay.
Is that the end of it?
No, there's a whole lot more. There's a whole lot more. Let me tell you the one that got a lot of people's attention recently. This is
Yes.
it. Because I'm often asked, people say to me, you're busy. I mean, you're busy. And I'm like, yes, I'm busy, but
Right.
this is there for my, but let me tell you, this is what I had to put. I have here my happy place. While I'm a queen on the go, living my life to the fullest, I absolutely enjoy resting in my feminine. I enjoy being a man's peace, a man's
Mm-hmm.
joy, a place he can feel safe and be vulnerable, a
Come
place
on.
where can rest
Mm.
his head and find comfort and a lot more. So, when you discover me busy, it's because I'm busy spreading my joy in everything I do. But
That
I will
sounds good.
immediately make room for my king because the space has already been reserved
Come
for
on.
him. Hey,
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Yes. Yes. Woo,
so
that's good. That's good
that is
stuff.
that's just some of the stuff on my
That's
profile. I mean,
good, Raquel.
I want to
So
respond
I'm
to
gonna put all
why.
that on my
I
mine look
want to
like
respond to why so many men gravitate to that profile.
okay,
Yes.
go
Tell
ahead,
us,
please,
Pastor.
please, Pastor.
That profile exudes a woman who's confident,
Mm-hmm.
who knows who she is,
Mm-hmm.
who's fun, who's together, but yet feels that desire of wanting a man, of
Mhm.
of 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 one that longs for the company of him. Because oftentimes, and I could go deeper into it, it's a lot of other things, but I don't want to go over too long. Oftentimes, a woman who exudes a lot of confidence and so sure of herself may not make known. The man may not
Yes.
feel, oh, well, she doesn't need me. But in this, not
Right.
only does she do that, she exudes confidence in him, still acknowledging his worth and how together they can conquer the world. Like it's so balanced, it's so true, it's so fun, active, but yet I'm not afraid to allow you to be vulnerable as I want to just lay in your strong arms and feel your company and your companionship. And that's why, because oftentimes it's either or.
Yeah.
Men often don't feel that they
Oh,
get
that's
you
interesting.
they get somebody who's not very confident and all of that, and they're submissive, but they're you know what I mean, because they think this is all they can do. Or they get somebody who is confident and is a go-getter, but I don't need no man. I don't want you. I ain't got time for she presented herself as the complete package.
We need to steal that
Yes.
profile.
I
Ooh,
That
know.
is
look.
copy and paste, copy and paste.
Have some services on the side to help people write their profile.
Uh-huh. That's the
Right.
truth,
You
Janine.
know
That is
what?
the truth. That's
That's
good.
so true.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, she was saying she's looking forward to me helping her with her profile. But I must admit,
Yeah.
even for men that do approach me, when they
Yeah.
do come in my inbox and I'm chatting with them, I actually do make some recommendations to them. I say, listen, as a lady, as a queen, as someone that rests in her feminine. Now, all the women, in fact, I know that I'm unusual, but let me just give you some tips to help you. And I actually suggest to some of these men to change your photo. You should be smiling a lot more. You didn't fill out enough, so you come across as someone who doesn't really care to just, I mean, and I'm like, what am I doing? So it turns into like But it's just me,
Coaching session.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just me trying to help, and it's just, you're right, just seeing the need and just suggesting. But I
Did they take your advice? Did they
yeah,
take your advice?
Now, let me tell you why, though, Sandra. This is what
Uh-huh.
you're missing. I already knew where it was going.
Mhm.
Let me tell you why they took her advice. Because
but
she very confidently showing she cared and made suggestions. She didn't make, listen, what you need to do, that's the difference. That's what I'm
Okay.
telling
just
you. It's not what you do, it's how you do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I hear you.
Oh,
so
that
true.
profile
I
is
hear
the
you.
It's so
thing
true.
I'm
of
learning.
It's so
beauty.
true. Thank you so much. And there's a whole lot more to it, but as I just want to just give props to for real the teachings of Bishop R.C. Bliggs, again, the Black Swan Relationship Academy. And I must
Tell us
admit,
about the Black Swan Lakes Academy. What is that and who are they? And let's
right,
talk a little bit about
Yeah.
who I've never heard of them before.
I've never heard of them.
Mhm.
right. So the Black Swan Relationship.
Oh, come on. Satan, you're a liar.
Hell, what's
You
this?
are a liar from the pit.
Woo!
From
He
the pit.
froze it.
Come on.
I ain't letting you know about that. You might fool around and get delivered. I ain't letting you know.
Oh my goodness. See, that means it's good
Oh my
stuff.
I
God.
know, right?
All
Yeah,
right,
Okay.
All right, here
because
she's
you were
back. She's
pulling.
back.
Okay. So first of all, the meaning of a black swan, and what is a black swan? A rare, just out
true.
of this world, once in a lifetime
Right,
occurrence. And
right.
so just to understand why she named it the Black Swan Relationship Academy, it blows my mind. And she did actually have Bishop R.C. Blakes. In fact, they call her the female version of Bishop R.C. Blakes. That's
Wow.
actually what they
Wow.
call her. And her name is Chengi Turban. And she has amazing, amazing coaches. Like, oh my gosh, all of them, their names are slipping me right now, but she's the head coach. And so what this is really an academy that, now if you go up online and you see all of the videos that has been produced by them over the years, it will absolutely blow your mind. It goes deep into things like, for instance, we have coming up, we have the nice girl rehab coming up. It's like if you've been a nice girl for forever, meaning you have been a pushover. She goes to the heart of a lot of issues. Why are you a nice girl? So she's offering a free, I think, like a session or seminar on why a nice girl. I did a course called I think it's called, what was it called? I did a couple of them. They're in my inbox. So what it is,
Okay.
it's a profile, sorry, it's a subscription that you become part of every month. One is called Swan Nation, that's the one where you subscribe to, and then one is Swan City, and that's a Facebook group that everybody's invited to, and it's free of charge. So if you want, just go up and look for Swan City. You can be part of it, and it's amazing. But what she does and what the coaches do is you can actually put any question up there and they answer it. I know that
Wow.
on Swan City. In Swan Nation, we have weekly coaching calls. For instance, tomorrow, Wednesday, is our weekly coaching calls, and she's about to add another one because right now she strips you of everything. Because I remember when I first came to class, I was like, I know I don't know nothing, but I'm fabulous. And she was like, so Raquel, I could see that you're not presenting your authentic self. I could see that you are hiding behind this persona of this bubbly personality. Listen, by the time she was done with me, I had tears in my
She
eyes,
was
and
crying,
everything
yeah.
she said was on point. And I have I have a diary, and so I write everything down. She really
Hmm.
just strips you of all the facade, of all of your nonsense. Even she can even see if you do need healing, and so she even has um intense course for that where they dig deep, I mean deep down to your past, to your childhood, to dig up what that thing is and bring you
Hmm.
right back ready
That's good.
to be a
Yeah.
black swan to be dating. So what it is, it's an online, I call it a Christian dating academy. She'd probably say it's not necessarily Christian because she outreaches to everybody, but for me, her basic tenets are Christian, and we're all believers. Not everybody in the academy are believers, but I am, and we are, and everything for me is Jesus. And
Hmm.
so we, we just hold each other accountable. We talk about I don't want to say this too loud, but we talk about the dates that we've been on. We talk about sometimes what happens and sometimes what doesn't, but the essence is how did the person make you feel?
Mm.
What did you really present when you were on the date? Were you your authentic self? Were you judging? Were you, I mean, the things you learn? Did you choose? Oh, by the way, do you have a type? Because you know that's huge.
Right.
Why do
Yeah.
you have a type? We shouldn't have a type. You know, it's just intense. I would just say, come join the Black Swan Relationship Academy. And
All
for real,
right. You have to
Now,
send me the
Racquel,
link.
the things that you shared with me about this academy, can you talk a little bit about the thoughts behind getting to know multiple people
right.
at the same time?
Right. So first of all, people are somehow scared of online dating. I have no idea why. You should not, because it's the same way you meet someone seriously in the supermarket.
Right.
You meet the person online. What I think, at least eHarmony has done, I feel like if they've made it a little easier, just because they match you. They match you. Now, when you do meet someone for real, you try to see if there's a real connection. But in terms of the compatibility, it's there, right? I didn't forget your question. It's back, but you probably need to repeat it for me.
Shanique.
So, talk about dating or talking
Right,
to
multiple, right,
multiple people
multiple.
at the same time.
So, right, I'll just go straight to it. So, the Black Swan Relationship Academy, uh, one one of the one of the amazing things that I've learned and I absolutely love is dating with integrity. And one of the tenets or parts of that is getting to know more than one person at the same time. Now, don't even come at me. Remember what Bishop R.C. Blake's too. He said dating is for data. Dating is for data. By the way, I made that statement on a date, y'all, and it was not romantic. I should not have said it. I said dating is for
Well,
data, but like for real, that's what dating. It's for data. You collect data. No, you don't sit there with a notepad, but that is what you're doing. It's not to spread disease. Did I say that, Lord? I'm so sorry.
Amen.
It's
Amen.
not. It's not for it. It's not to catch anything, and it's not to spread anything. It's really, why is this piece of? It's just for data, y'all, for real. And y'all know I did my dance last week, so don't even come for me. But it's really for data. And let me tell you why it's called quantum dating is encouraged. It's because when you walk the streets, do you sometimes see more than one person saying hi and giving you their number, exchanging information?
right.
Do
Right.
you right there on the spot, do you say, you know what? I think I'll just talk to John for like 3 months and see how it goes. And then after that, I'll talk to Jim. Let's see how that goes. No, if both of them call you, you'll have a conversation with both of them. If both of them asked you out, you go because you want
Right.
to see your best option. Am I
Right.
correct? Right.
That's
Exactly.
correct.
Totally agree.
Yep. Yep.
It's you're it's absolutely no different online, and I really hate when it's vilified because it's really no different. For us, what we are taught is integrity. You absolutely tell the other person, I am dating other people. And again, for me, the integrity is so strong, it's almost as if I can say nothing happening, or we just gathering data. Okay. And so what it is that that's the other thing too. How could we meet in these here dating streets and expect the person to just be sitting waiting for you? Y'all, I have to tell you all about this.
Mm.
I have to tell you all about this dating experience. It was a catfish. Do we have time for catfish?
Oh
Let me tell you
wow.
about this catfish. This was a
What
catfish.
happened?
This was a
What
catfish for real.
happened?
It was so it falls in line with what we're talking about because
Mhm.
we're talking about the opportunity to get to know multiple people at the same time. You have integrity. You tell the other person that I'm getting to know a couple other people at the same time. And I
Right.
must admit, I do it in such a beautiful way. I almost say I extend my scepter, may the best man win, but I don't say it like that. I say
Mm-hmm.
it beautifully, beautifully for real. But
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of what I mean. I said that to see this. Let me segue into this. So there was this gentleman that I went on to this date. We were chatting online for at least by the way, I've only been doing this for about 3 months, y'all. Only 3 months.
Okay.
I'm a newbie at this for real.
Okay.
My class thinks I'm a little ninja. but that's only because of the Black Soul Relationship Academy, right? I went from crying to I'm good now. So he we've been chatting online for like a month and a half, stuff like that. And so we agreed to meet. He's like, okay, let's see if there's a connection. Let's do that. Again, this is all normal, right? Normal.
Right,
Now
right.
he was sending me pictures and video, and this is how you get to meet people. Y'all, nothing I'm saying here is unusual. You do that if you meet somebody at Ralph's. So don't even be like that, okay?
Right.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
so we're chatting and we're chatting. And so we agreed to meet. Now I must admit the pictures and the video he was sending me, he looked like he was my
Uh-oh.
he looked like me, right? You see my size.
Right.
You see my size, right? Okay.
Right.
All right. He looked like me. I'm just saying.
Uh-oh.
I'm just saying. He looked like me, right? Do you see?
Oh,
You see me, right? Okay. So I'm just saying everything he was right. So
yeah.
so y'all when we
Mm.
got to the what so he was there at the restaurant, so I got there at the restaurant, and I must admit
You
when I
walk by.
opened the door, the person was sitting there, you know, where you make the reservations and you sit and you, as soon as I looked and I saw the person's face, I was like, that's him. But heaven no, that's not the man. Heaven no, that's not the man. So y'all, I was trying to see how I could close the door back in
Oh,
and run. I'm not even kidding. I was thinking, how can I close this door back and run from the door?
He
Y'all,
saw
he
you.
looked
I
he
see
looked
ya.
I was like,
Wow.
hi. Hi, so
Wow.
nice to meet you. Y'all, and in my head, I was malfunctioning because this has never happened to me before. Now, I must
So
admit,
oh,
a couple of guys have told me how they were catfish, and their stories are
yeah,
hilarious.
usually
Some
it's
of
the
them
right,
are
woman.
right,
Right.
right.
crazy. But this was my first time. I was like, Lord Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Yeah.
So
Nice to
Racquel, what
meet
did
you.
you say? What did you
Right.
say?
Well, first of all, what did you see? I want to know
Right.
what you saw.
I know what she
Go
saw.
to begin. What did you see? What did you see?
You know what I saw you so
Oh
as I said,
God.
he looked like me in the pictures. Woo! Yeah, I'm like so bad. So he sent pictures, he sent video. Yo, when I went, he was I think he was over 500 pounds. Y'all,
I've heard of that. I
I know we
had
can't
a girlfriend.
discriminate. I know we God sends
Just be
amazing
honest with
things in
what you.
packages, but don't even be like, y'all, don't even look.
No.
The devil is
Yeah,
a lie. Sorry.
You know what?
I told
I've
you.
heard of
It is
that.
with
Hey.
whatever package you're in, that's what you're in. It's the
Right,
deception.
Raquel.
It's the
Yep.
deception.
That
That's right.
exactly,
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
I
Janine.
agree with
deception
that
that's the
100%.
problem.
Yeah.
Because you know what came to my mind? Immediately came to my mind. If he was lying about that, what else could he be
What
lying
else is
about?
he lying about?
That part.
For
Girl.
real. I was like,
And you're
Like you
dealing
weren't
with
gonna find
someone.
out.
No, here is where you're gonna have problems. You're dealing with someone who obviously has insecurities and they don't love themselves. They're not their authentic self. So
Right.
how are you gonna? You can't have a healthy relationship with an unhealthy individual.
Right.
Right.
And that happens a
that's
lot
what.
with women because and it's the truth though, where all these filters and
I
airbrushing
just
and
don't
guys is like
understand
what
the reason. Like I'm
past
gonna meet you.
Right.
but they
Right.
like I said, they're
Why
uncomfortable with
prolong
what
the
they look
inevitable?
like.
Maybe there's a hope that I can hook you in with my
Girl,
stellar personality,
we
so
don't get
you
past
won't
that.
But
care
why can't
that
you
I
do
sent
that?
you
You won't
my
get girl,
senior picture,
But why can't
Janine,
you do that
and I'm all the
online,
way on
Janine?
my 30th reunion, and that's the
Janine, yeah,
picture
I don't
that
get
I
that
should have
either.
sent you.
Because
Why
I've had that
can't he hook
happen
you
too.
in online? Why you gotta surprise? There's more
I've
to
had
me than
that.
you know. Like,
Okay, well
I've
then
had that.
this speaks to a bigger point.
Yep.
Statistically, in the continental United States, over half of the population is single,
yeah,
right? The
Oh
numbers
wow.
of people that are using online dating platforms, like something like 32 million, right? All of this stuff going on. But there's so much insecurity.
of course.
There's so many issues with I'm not enough. And where does
Yep,
that stuff
Janine.
come from? Well, I've talked about
Yep.
this before. Each of us is bombarded with about 7,000 plus
Yeah.
messages per day, right?
Right.
So
Mhm.
Right.
now, if you were talking about commercials, magazine ads, stuff on the side of buses, billboards, everything is saying, oh, look, your teeth aren't straight enough. They're not white enough. Your breath isn't minty fresh enough. Your hair isn't long enough. It's not silky enough. Your skin isn't moisturized enough. All day
Yeah.
long, all the
Right.
commercials
Right.
are telling you that you are not enough.
Enough. Come on
Right?
now. Come
So
on now.
how then can you
That's
go to a
good.
dating site, write a profile, and all of a sudden be in love with yourself
Right.
and be able to share
And
that?
lying.
Your
Yeah.
mindset is you are not enough.
Right.
As
That's
is,
why.
you're not enough.
That's why
That's
I just applaud Sister Racquel for
mm-hmm.
doing the work on herself
Herself. Come
Yes.
on now.
First.
Come on.
first.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what it's all about.
Right.
I can't expect anyone to love me more than I love me.
Come on.
That's where the problem is.
That's true.
You can't give what you can't give what you don't possess. And you
Right.
can't get
Right.
what you don't give.
Right. And I've never understood that, especially for those of us in the church. We've been talking about this for forever. Whereas doing the work on yourself, we all have insecurities and things that we, but you've got to be, I've never understood it as well. We've all talked about this, and I've had that too, where some guy, I'm like, dude, this picture's from 30 years ago. Like, what do you expect? And that was the running joke. Like, literally, you look nothing like your photo.
Right.
But then I started hearing the guys say the same thing with women, with all the airbrushing and the filters. And he's like, a lot of y'all, I don't even recognize you. I'll walk right by you. You look nothing like your picture. So.
Did you hear about the woman that got hit? You didn't hear
ran
about
over, hit, or hit with a fist.
Listen to me. This woman was about to die. And she had a talk, they was giving up to death, and she prayed to God. She said, God, I just need you to bless me. My kids need me. I can't go yet. I can't. I'm a single mother. I can't. And God granted her life and promised her so many more years. And she got so happy when she knew she was going to have more years. She said, well, I got some time. She went and got some work done. She went and got some, she got some work done. And man, and by the time she was done, she walked out of that office and got hit by a bus and died. She went to heaven and said, God, you told me I had this many more years. He said, oh, that's you?
You know what, Pastor? That's wrong.
You're wrong. That is terrible.
I was that's all right. That's right.
That is
terrible. You know what?
You know what's interesting though? What's interesting about it, when you ask guys what they like, do they like all the hair, the lashes, the makeup, the nails, all that kind of stuff? Do they even care about that? And most often, they're like, we don't care about that stuff. So
we don't care about it as much as the women
for each other. Is it competition, or
can I say this? Can I say this? I can. They lie.
That's what I say.
They lie.
Because we got 5 minutes, but they're lying. Yeah. I agree.
No, it depends on what perspective we're talking about.
No,
I think we don't care about the excessiveness of it.
There we go. Okay.
It's the excessive.
What's excessive?
I mean,
well, no, I don't think we should go into what's excessive. Let me tell you what.
Yeah, because that's subjective.
Because you have to present a certain way to men. I mean, if you want a high value
they're
man,
visual.
Oh Lord, we went through this already.
If you want a high value man to pay attention to you and all of that, there's certain things that are important to. I mean, even you as a woman or you as a person, the person looks a particular. We're not talking about a type. We're talking about they look clean. They're not 5 million pounds like, as I said, my catfish was. Like that they take care of themselves, just a bunch of different things. I'm just saying, initially I think it's important, but sometimes you can hear gentlemen, like on the, I don't know, as you start to get to know them, I haven't really gotten to this part yet, they say, oh no, we can chat and you don't have to wear makeup. You don't have to, because it then starts to not become important. But I'm saying initially, ladies, please.
Initial attraction.
Initially, they're visual. I think what I'm really talking about is when you're unrecognizable. You know, when you take your face off and
And
people
your hair
ask
and
you, are
who are
you
you?
sick? Are you
We
okay?
talking about
Are you
when
depressed?
God kill
Like,
you
you
on
put
accident.
so much
Pastor,
on
stop.
that you look
Pastor,
like a
stop.
different person. You know, your face looks bald without the spider lashes.
But
Oh
Janine,
my
so many
gosh.
people wear a lot of makeup. That's a really good point. But with the makeup that a lot of people are wearing, they do look different without the makeup on, you know.
And there's even
But I
videos of people with these
you
drastic
girl,
transformations, and
yeah.
they're also putting on some makeup to make themselves look worse. So it can be even a bit drastic change. But you know,
It all boils
if
down.
you put on all this stuff
Come on now.
that you look like a different person, in my
That's
opinion,
right.
there's some deception in that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
at
All right,
some
guys.
point, all that stuff's gonna come off.
I agree. I
And
completely
you,
agree.
first of all, need to be okay with what's under that.
Right. I
You
agree.
first and
But
foremost. That is
yeah.
key.
That's true.
Like
Loving
All
you
right,
married
guys.
getting
We
up,
gotta start.
when you're married
See,
getting up before he gets up, to
Yeah.
put your face on,
Yeah.
put your hair on, put your lashes on,
Okay.
and lay back down.
No, I had a friend that does that. But before we forget, Raquel, we want to give your information so these
There you
eligible
know.
brothers can find you. So, so let us know how they
funny.
gonna find you.
That was funny. I
that
love it,
was very
Gary.
funny. I'm sorry, Miss Z. Did y'all
That's
see
okay.
what
We
Gary
ignore.
posted?
We're gonna ignore Gary.
That was
Um,
hilarious.
Y'all see.
He's
um,
crazy.
Gary,
He's
I'm going
crazy.
no swimming. I'm not going swimming. But anyway, y'all, you
he
can find
right.
me.
Take you swimming.
You can find me at Racquel.real estate. As you know, I'm a realtor, Queen of
Uh-huh.
Real Estate Service. Just call me. I that's my Facebook, my IG. It's my name, y'all. It's Racquel Marshall.
Right,
Sometimes two
sis.
L, sometimes one L. I have my own podcast. I mean, you can find me anyway. In fact, I do encourage people just throw my name into Google. I do have a Google profile as well. You can
All
find me
right.
anywhere. I'm very accessible. I am. My number is out there. Literally, it's on my car because
There it
sometimes
is.
I'm driving and literally people call me saying, "Hey, I saw your number on your car." For real. I'm like, "Hey, what's up? Can I for real?" And they're like, "Do you want to go out on a date?" I mean, they don't say it like that. It takes some time. And I actually say yes because I'm just accessible. Remember my mantra, I am available and my heart is open and ready for good love.
Yes,
Miss
yes.
Miss Z, I know we have to go and I know we don't have too much time, but I really just wanted to just remind peeps of a couple of things. I actually wrote it down. Whether
Go
you're
ahead,
dating
sis.
online or offline, I just wanted to remind us in order to meet your Boaz or even your Rachel, just a couple of things. Please remember to be authentic. You
That's
Yes.
have to
good.
present your authentic self, like for
That's
real.
good. That's
It's
good.
not it's not an option because eventually, as we say, the mask comes off and it's not worth it. And again, that only comes from spending the time to do the healing work. I'm telling you, otherwise you'd present another version of yourself. Be
Right.
prayed up. And in my
Right.
opinion, you don't have to be a Christian to be all prayed up. Y'all, there's some real
Okay.
devils out here. If we had time, I'll give you all some stories. But anyway, mhm.
Girl.
Be
Yeah.
Girl.
prayed up for real. Be honest. That kind of goes hand in hand
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
authenticity.
Yeah.
It says be open to the possibility of gifts coming in differently wrapped packages.
Ooh.
It's
Not
good.
five, not five. Okay, let me stop.
No,
Yes,
that's good.
gifts coming in differently, in differently wrapped packages. Like be so open to that. Throw away your type. Seriously, throw away your type. If you are open and available and your
Sandra,
heart
throw it
is
away.
open.
Just throw it away.
Right, like how are you going to do? And then your
Throw it
Bishop
away.
R.C. Blakeslee did a whole series thing on your type just yesterday. So go check that out. Y'all, I was listening, going, oh Lord.
Mm,
So listen to this
okay.
last one. It says, throw away your type, but keep your standards.
Oh
Ah,
yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah. That's
Throw
good.
away your
That's
type,
good. And I agree.
but keep your standards for
Standards.
all
sure.
right. That's
And
good.
that was
last one,
good.
it says speak, communicate your expectations and desires because Nobody is clairvoyant.
I know
Nobody.
that's right. Nobody's a
Right.
mind reader. Thank
No.
you so much, Raquel.
This was
Thank you so much.
wonderful.
So,
love
guys,
you.
like, subscribe, and
Yes.
share. Let us know how
Okay.
you feel about our podcast. Also, guys, please, please, please send your message in a bottle. Zandra
Yes.
S.
Yes.
Wilson at yahoo.com. We will read your letters. We're going to be so gentle with your letters. We're going to answer your letters. You know, you don't have to be afraid. We're so excited, guys. We've been getting some really, really good letters, and we're hoping that we're meeting all of your needs. So, Raquel, girl, you know, you laid it down. You just laid it down. You laid it down today. We're
Yes.
so happy that you decided to
Missy,
join us again.
Missy,
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you so much. You guys are so amazing. Y'all are awesome. I
Oh,
love you so
we're
much.
trying to
Y'all,
keep up with
like,
you.
listen,
Yes.
like, subscribe,
Right.
share, like, subscribe, share. Please do. They're doing such a phenomenal job. They deserve the exposure they do. I love you all so much. And let
We
me
love
just
you right
one
back.
to the
Yes.
amazing gentleman looking at this podcast. You
Come
know
on
how
now.
to reach me. And if you have a yard, I'd love you even more.
And if you have a friend or a brother, I'll be right there with
Bam!
Mr. Raquel.
I mean, hallelujah.
We'll travel.
Hallelujah.
Let's just
All
say,
right, guys.
shout out to Pastor Rick. We hope you feel better.
Yes,
Feel
And
better,
yes.
Pastor
we
Rick.
miss you.
He'll
We
be back
miss
next
you.
week.
So you'll be with us next week.
Yay. Feel better. Feel better. Okay, guys. Until next week. Bye.
We love you
Yes.
guys. Bye.